my. Brothers and sisters, good evening to all of you. And good evening to those listening via Crusader Radio. Because we have a lot of people listening all in America, you know. All in England, you know. Everywhere we have students studying, they're listening. My brothers and sisters, tonight I am here to support all the candidates in Zone 4, but I am specifically here to tell all those persons within the hearing of my voice, especially the biggest goat herder in Wilikies, that I am here to support Sister Shawn Nicholas, who from all indicators is poised to be the next parliamentary representative for the constituency of St. Philip's North. Do you believe that? Let me hear you. And let me tell you something, you know. Now, you know I'm from all over, ain't it? And many people here know that my family come from Seaton, Wilikies, and Glanvilles. My mother is from Seaton, and my daddy is from John Hughes, but my mother is from Seaton. And I have family in Wilikies, in Glanvilles, clean up to Freetown, St. Philip, and Newfield. So I feel at home. We all know that the time is ripe for a wind of change in this constituency. We all know that Sister Shawn has been making some significant progress on the ground. So much so that Robin started to campaign since last year. But I want to tell him that his record of representation has been lacking. It has been disgraceful. And let me tell you why I say so. You know what people say, right? That Parson christened them picnic fuss. That's all people say. Robin likes to boast that he is the longest serving representative in the Labour Party and in this country. But every time he speaks, he talks about how the people in his constituency are poor. The poor people in St. Philip's North. And I want the people to ask themselves, if you have a representative that you put in back there, time after time, and you still so poor, what has he done for you? And you heard Brother B, you hear on Serpent, you hear on the tape, and you hear everything. The representative has done nothing more than to seek to better himself and his pocket and is content to leave the people of this constituency poor. He was the Minister of Works, and until Tam was here the last time, them road in Wilikies and Seaton and Glanville and so never fixed. What was he doing as the Minister of Works? I want to tell you all that if my grandmother and my great-grand and Sean great-grand and Shagrady were to come back, they'd recognize Wilikies, because Robin has not sought to change this place. But I want to commend those residents who through their own ambition have seen it fit to cut and contrive to better themselves. And he would love to take credit for that. But the people who live in here know better. They know better. And I want to just remind the constituents of St. Philip's North that you are in safe hands with the UPP. And you better be safe than sorry. And the time has come to end this kind of representation in here. You have to vote for Sister Shawn, because she's going to usher blowing the winds of change in this constituency. I tell you all the time that the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And if you want your life to remain the same, stick with who you have. But if you want your senior citizen years to indeed be golden, if you want a better future and a brighter future for your children and your grandchildren, you've got to support Sister Shaw Nicholas. She's a woman who is compassionate. She is a woman who understands the needs of the young, the not so young, the senior citizen, the single mother, the single father, the working and the not working. And from what I know of her, her commitment to work for you is sincere. It is solid. And let me tell you something. And I'm saying it to Sister Shawn as well. You see, like how when we win in All Saints, East and St. Luke, we walk in. I'm challenging you to walk with Sister Shawn from Long Bay to the command center when she win the seat. Because I want for the two of us, I want for Shawn people and my people to put up by Ryan. And we want to walk in, two sisters together. And you know, Sister Jackie will be there now, but she will be there to say, come right in, because we are going to win. You gotta win with Shawn. You gotta make it happen. But let me tell you something. When you look, and I can tell you, when you compare what the Labour Party was going to do after 28 years in office, all they can say, when we boast about our progress with education, with ICT, with our social agenda, they have what sounds like a recitation to me. We were going to do it. Well, if you're going to do something, you was planning to do something, and you're planning, and you can't get it done, you know what they call that? They call it constipation. And when you want to do something and you can't get to do it, and you constipate, I have a feeling that the Labour Party and the representative for this area have been suffering from constipation. But hear this. When the UPP came into office, you know about Show Me Emotion? In 2004, when we put out our manifesto, when we said we were going to do X, Y, A, B, and C, and you, the people, believed us, did we not show you our motion? And we continue to show you our motion. Let me tell you something. The Labour Party and this current representative, what they are good at is to glorify greed. They're some of the most greedy people I believe this country has ever seen. Their level of greed can never be satisfied. And it's not to say like he's like Robin Hood, because Robin Hood stole from the rich to help the poor. But his whole ambition has been to fatten himself at the expense of the people. Right? I want to tell you, because from where I sit, I know things. And since the UPP came into office, one of the first set of things we did, there is a school meal center right in Wilikies Primary School. That has not been the efforts of the current representative. That has been the efforts of the United Progressive Party, wanting to do the greatest good for the greatest number of people, recognizing that we have to make the investment in our young people. I can tell you that today there are over 2,000 beneficiaries of the People's Benefit Card. That is the card that qualified applicants get to go to CMC at the fisheries And plenty of them coming out of St. Philip's North. Plenty of them. And I want to know how many parties happening here, and you can go and ask for a donation of a kiddie or a goat. Because I tell you now, I'm a little brazen when I'm ready. And I'm not afraid to ask for what I want. So I wanted a goat at a time, and this is a true story. And I had people in my car that can swear for me. And I drove up over there. Because I said, let me not ask a poor person. I'm going to go to the biggest goat herder. And I said, I want a goat because I want to have a party for some people. And he said to me, look at what I have. The teeth on my goat. You see them little bit of goat I have now? Wait little till then come. Then I come yet. I want to tell you that there are over 5,000 beneficiaries who benefit from that voucher you get to take to APUA. And plenty of them coming out of St. Philip's North. So the government has begun to do a lot of things for the whole country, but we are not discriminating against anybody. But I want to tell you that when you elect Sister Shawn Nicholas, more and more things will come to the people of this constituency. She is a fighter. She is sincere. And she wants to ensure that the lives and the livelihoods of the people who she will represent can only get better. You want anything better than that? I want to tell you about the programs that we have put in place for young people, training programs. And it's just today, somebody was telling me, they met your representative at a function. And rather than saying, well, I'm glad that y'all are not leaving out the people of this area, he said, but I sure you pay them. And the gentleman had to say, well, listen, it's UPP in office now, When people work, we pay them. We pay them. And we have seen it fit to design a training program that seeks primarily to target young people. We are training them in auto body repair, auto mechanic repair, electrical wiring, horticulture and landscaping. We're training them in upholstery and a whole range of disciplines. And when we're training them, we are giving them a stipend, whether to take care of their bus money, their lunch money, their child support money, to help their granny, their mommy, whatever. We are saying, we believe in you. We are giving you the tools. We are giving you the fishing line to go out there to fish. Because you know what? A lot of these trades are dying. And these young people will in time become their own bosses. They in turn will take younger people and train them in these particular skill sets. And that is how you build a country. That is how you build communities, by investing in people. So brothers and sisters, I want to assure you that you will not go wrong when you elect Sister Shawn Nicholas as your representative. Neither will you go wrong, because we're in Zone 4. When you will re-elect Brother Wilmer Daniel, you will not go wrong when you re-elect Sister Jackie Quinley Andrew. And you will not go wrong when you elect Brother Clephane Roberts. But you know what? This country can only continue to progress if we put our full faith and confidence in the United Progressive Party, headed by none other than our political leader, Dr. Winston Baldwin Spencer. And as our leader says all the time, we cannot turn back. Oh, now go back there. It is not possible. It is not an option. Because that would be like when old people said, dog going back to the vomit. We have progressed too far. We are more educated. We are more analytical, and all Gaston Brown, Robin, and so on do are continue to fool people. The people will not be fooled. They were not fooled in 2004. They were not fooled in 2009. And I have every confidence that come election day on 2014, the people of this country will use their voting finger and say, UPP, job well done. UPP, we are proud that together you enabled us to weather the world's worst economic crisis, and we held this country together. And the strength of a man or a woman is how well you stand up at the worst of times. And we have seen the worst of times economically over the last few years, and our level of commitment has been such that not one public servant has been laid off. We have not cut any of our social programs. In fact, we have created more and new ones. That is our people first philosophy. And to the young men and the young women in this constituency, you have more in common with Sister Sean than you do with the village's greatest goat herder. You can relate to her better. She's a young mother with a young child. She knows and understands you. And I'm again appealing to you that come election day, you have no other choice. There's no choice. There is no choice. Robin's record has been examined. He has been exposed. He has been found wanting. And when election day come, I want you to send a loud, loud message. I want you to banish him. Banish him. You can say thanks. You're going to say thanks, but it is time to leave. We are going down the road, full steam ahead, not only with the United Progressive Party, but with Sister Sean Nicholas. I want to hear Nicholas, 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 Nicholas again. Thank you. God bless you. I love you all. Stay focused. UPP now.